Okay, my name's David Lund. I'm with Public Safety Communication Europe Forum. We're specialised in communication systems for public safety and of course emergency management.
My name is Emeka Ubani. I'm originally from Nigeria. I'm a research student here in London South Bank University, and I also teach modules, computer science modules, which includes Internet of Things and also software development. And my current expertise lies within the use of mobile edge computing in 5G scenarios, and also teaching about embedded systems and Internet of Things.
What are the key concepts for volunteers to know with regards to communication in disaster management?
So, key concepts. The first thing to know is who you're working with, who you're communicating with. That may be close by with people in your close vicinity, it may be using online tools. It's unlikely you'll be involved in the full communication of a response because you're a volunteer, you're not involved in the full arrangement of the response action. Some important things like operational terminologies. Different people you're working with will use different terminologies, so please be aware beforehand to understand those notions, those terms. You may only receive information associated to your role, so understand your role and understand where that information is coming from and what it relates to. You will not receive all of the information all of the time. There will be lots of information shared by others. If you need more information, then go and ask the question from the particular relevant person with the expertise and knowledge.
What are the advantages of IoT deployments for public safety and civil protection operations?
I think the opportunities of IoT is limitless at these days. I mean, the way we have managed to revolutionize the way we communicate and also the things that we could use. We talk about civil protection particularly, and we have divided it into preparation, the response and the recovery. There's almost technology that you can use in both cases. So if you talk about, obviously, communication is one of the vital aspects of civil protection. So when it happens, how can we communicate? So you have technologies like Wi-Fi and LTE, which are advanced technologies that we could use to communicate with also not only the victims, but also the volunteers as well. Then when you talk about how can we get data with what's happening currently to help the rescue teams to go and know who is actually there, where they are. So positioning technologies like Galileo and also Wi-Fi fingerprinting, so you can not only monitor the outdoor activity but also the indoor activity of where the victims are to facilitate the rescue teams to go and help the victim. And when you talk about the IoT sensors itself, how we could obtain data from these sensors, there are so many sensors that are available now. So we have sensors that could help the environment. For example, disasters like flood. So you could have sensors that can monitor the rise in the rivers. So if the water level rises, we'll be able to send notifications and send the emergency units to go and rescue the victims as well. Or you have sensors that monitor the shocks in terms of earthquakes. So they could gather all this data. So we can only, since they are real-time data, we can take effects or take immediate response to it immediately. Or if we keep this data for a long time, and we can use the historical data that we get and do some analysis on it, and we could predict when this kind of disasters could likely happen again in the future. So I think IoT will definitely help civil protection, and it has huge opportunities that we could take advantage of.
Digital transformation is affecting all fields of society. What's your perception of potential impact of ICT innovations on civil protection?
It's important to understand that as technology develops and we embrace new communication technologies ourselves as consumers, as the public, that these technologies also become reliant on them. We become reliant on those technologies. During a crisis, during a disaster, those technologies may no longer be available to the public. So you must understand that some panic may cause, some concerns may arise to the general public there, because they don't have the information, and sometimes it's important to convey that extra information to the public. New technology for responders is developing quite fast. At the moment, the technology is equivalent to what we used to have as a mobile phone more than 10 years ago. They can push, they can speak, and they can text message. This technology is pretty unlikely you will be using. So it's more likely you will be using your own mobile phone or a device or communication system that will be given to you by the organisation of the response. Commercial mobile technologies are advancing. You'll hear in the press a lot about 5G and the new capabilities that will bring. This will bring also newer challenges as well. The information will be shared in different ways. This will also integrate with the IoT technologies, new sensors, new ways of communicating. You may even see augmented reality, virtual reality coming forward. And a key point really that's coming is artificial intelligence. There will be decision support technologies that come along. Those decision support technologies are never perfect, certainly not within the next 10 years. So take care with some of these automated applications and apps that you may be downloading to your phone, which may or may not actually help you. So always be careful about the information that's presented. Make sure it's reliable, it's trustworthy, where it came from, and most importantly, make those decisions that you have to make, or trust those decisions that your colleagues have to make based on your own sense of the technology and the capability behind that.
It's interesting to see how technology innovations are helping with disaster management. I'd like to thank you, David, as well as America, for participating in this event.
No, thank you.